right, welcome everyone back to the BettorOff Podcast. We are on episode 11, breaking down the Baku Grand Prix in Formula One. My name's Harry, that's Alex. Alex, how are you doing today?
I'm loving life. I have no complaints. Baku is one of my favorite circuits. I am a big Baku fan. The people of Azerbaijan, the Azerbaijanis,
Enough for me.
Azerbaijanarans. Anyway, Baku is an awesome circuit. It is the complete freaking opposite of Monaco. Although there are some like super tight turns, but those super tight turns are at the end of two very, very long straightaways. Lots of passing to be had. The braking zones are super harsh, so a lot of skilled driving. This is a track that in a couple of years, when they fix DRS completely, is going to be just amazing. But even right now, I think we're going to see some fun racing.
Yep.
I'm psyched.
You have any quick insights before we get into everything about who you think might have an edge?
I think Lewis Hamilton is going to win this race. And I know that you have thoughts about the aero problems and all of this stuff that I'm pretty sure, by the way, is fake news. But Lewis Hamilton finished outside of not just off the podium, not just out of the top six, but he finished, eighth?
I think he was seventh.
Seventh. That is not going to sit well with Sir Lewis Hamilton. 4-4 is pissed, and we have not seen much pissed off Lewis Hamilton.
That's true. We haven't probably since Rosberg.
We're going to talk about the odds that Lewis Hamilton, who was going off 2 races ago as even money, is going off at plus 120, and Max is going off at plus 125. I love me some pissed off Lewis Hamilton.
I think that's a safe play. I think we haven't seen Hamilton really reach that next level of competition in a few years. He's kind of been coasting, so it's going to be really interesting to see what Monaco does to him.
So pissed.
Before we really get into it, do you want to tell everyone who we are, that we're not just two people in blue boxes?
We are lots of things. All right? Some people call me the space cowboy. All right? There are others who refer to Harold as the gangster of love. All right? I think that all of our followers know that both Harry and I are space cowboys. So those are not things that we need to go back over. However, what we should tell you is that while we're doing our space cowboying and our love gangstering, whether it's on the east side or the west side, Harry and I are part of a global phenomenon known as BettorOff. All right? You can see it from my hat. You can see it from his hat. You can see it from the background. You can see it everywhere. Sometimes the BettorOff bat signal flashes when someone needs help with a wager. It's Commissioner Gordon standing on top of the Chrysler building, just hanging out there with his hot daughter. We are a sports wagering information platform. We are a mobile application. You can find us in the App Store for iOS. You can find us in the Google Play Store. You can find us wherever you go to buy, trim, and maintain your bonsai trees. We are everywhere. We are free to download, free to use. Everything we do is free, okay? And then there's freemium. There's special little things. But basically what we do is you can make any pick you want, track those picks, sort them by bet type, league, date range. We track everything that every single user on our platform does, such that when my brother-in-law says that he is the greatest UVA football capper of all time, I can look at his record on BettorOff and see that he is full of it because he sucks. I love him, but he sucks. And because of that, I would never pay to follow his pro channel. Okay, I follow him the same way that I follow him on Instagram. I can see the picks that he makes for free, but anything that he wants to charge for, I'm not paying for that. However, Harrison, who knows the hell out of Premier League, which just ended,
unfortunately,
Tottenham didn't win. Very sad for Harold. His EPL Pro channel, I'll pay to follow that because I can go into Harry's channel. I can go into his profile. I can look at not just his overall win percentage, not just his weighted win percentage, not just his units gained, his ROI. I can look at English Premier League in particular. I can look at the bet types within it, spread, money line, over under. I can do it on a date range. And I can see if he is worth paying to follow. And if I'm good at anything, I can start my own pro channel. You can talk crap to other people. You can follow other people. It can all be done. It's all free. It is in every app store known to man. It's BettorOff.
There you go. That was well done. That might have been the best one yet.
I'm always trying.
You got to push yourself higher, right?
Next level.
Just next and next and next. Okay. So
bring me a higher love.
So is it a musical episode? Is that what we're doing today?
It could be. It might be. It should be a musical episode.
Maybe that's in the future once the production value goes up a bit.
We'll let future Alex and future Harry think about that one.
There we go. All right, so like Alex was talking about before, we are headed to Baku, another street circuit, but almost the exact opposite of Monaco, besides the castle section.
So cool. I wish I had a castle section.
I know, right?
When I was
like driving
directions, they're like, "Hey, Alex, where do you live?" And I'm like, "Oh, you want to go down Amsterdam Avenue and then make a right at the castle section."
Yeah. Just do the little castle chicane, and then my place is on the left. Like,
castle chicane. All
right. So that corner, the infamous "I am stupid" from Charles Leclerc.
Charlie Leck.
It has one of the longest straights on the F1 calendar. I mean, we're going to be seeing, I'm predicting Mercedes-engined cars outshine everyone else. I mean, Ferrari's made progress, but they're still lacking the straights.
Well, let's think about who the Mercedes-powered cars are other than the Mercedes. Who else is running an AMG engine?
We have Aston Martin. We have McLaren. End of list.
Missing
Williams. There we go.
There you go.
So maybe Georgie boy can be looking at some points.
Jorge Russell. Let's go, Jorge.
So we'll be seeing the odds for George Russell to score points. Maybe it's another underdog play for me this week. But let's just get into it how we always start. Alex, or a breakdown of last year's, actually. I forgot that's how we always start. Well, there wasn't one in 2020.
Unfortunately, breakdown. Well done by all.
Unfortunately, there was a pandemic going on in 2020. I didn't realize. But so they canceled Baku.
There is still a pandemic going on, people.
There is. Like we say at the end of every episode, be safe, wear your mask, and now get vaccinated. All right, so they were there in 2019, though. Valtteri Bottas had a great weekend. Qualified pole, finished first, and it wasn't a usual Mercedes domination, right? You had Vettel within 11 seconds of Bottas when he won, Verstappen within 17. So that's like a 4-car race, really. Mercedes didn't have the breathing.
Vettel in the Scuderia Ferrari, which
with a questionable legality engine, but still up there.
Just noting, no more Vettel in the Ferrari. Carlos Sainz now in the Ferrari.
Exactly. So, I don't know what to make of this. If Bottas outperformed Hamilton all weekend, we just saw Hamilton not be his best in Monaco. Is it street circuits for Hamilton? Like, should we be looking at Bottas for value?
Hamilton's never been good in Monaco. And yeah, Baku is a street circuit, but Baku is a street circuit with let's go to the Baku graphic. Baku has two big straightaways and then sort of like a traffic circle almost. It's a street circuit, but it's a street circuit with two landing strips. So I don't know. I don't find a lot of analog between Monaco and Baku. But if you want to find a reason to find value outside of Lewis and Max, it's a street circuit. There is a super, super heavy braking zone. That could be a reason.
Yeah, I mean, I think, as we'll talk about later on in the episode, there's kind of a lot of drama that goes on here, so I'm excited to see what happens this year. But now we can finally, I've said it a few times too early, we can get into the bets and the lines. And like we always do, we're going to start with race winner. As Alex said earlier, we have Hamilton at plus 120, Max Verstappen at plus 125, Valtteri Bottas plus 800, and Sergio Perez at plus 850. Talk to me. What are you thinking?
I think you're giving me Lewis Hamilton pissed off at plus 120. I love it. Normally, I'll do my little, hedgeroo, and I might still. Max Verstappen plus 125. You're giving me the two most dominant drivers in F1 by leaps and bounds. And if you take them both, you can make yourself some money. Charlie Leck at plus 4,000?
Plus 4,000.
Yikes. But I don't know. Race winner is a lot. Sergio Perez, no. Look, is Val going to maybe win a race per season? Maybe. Is this the one? Could be plus 800. But for me, Lewis got dusted in Monaco. I love Lewis plus 120. I think he's going to be ticked.
Okay, I see that. I'm torn right now because you have angry Hamilton, but you still have the Red Bull with the flex wing that will help them a good amount on this long straightaway, even if their engine power isn't up to the Mercedes. So I think it's going to be a close one. I think we might switch. I might do the hedging opportunity, but we're going to have to see. I'm probably going to wait for a practice.
Can we get an image of angry Lewis Hamilton? Because I feel like
I'll pop one up.
Yeah, we're definitely going to need, just on a 1, 2, 3, angry Lewis. And there he is, just being all pissed off because we don't see it that often.
I mean, he didn't really look pissed off, but I remember Monza last year with his freaking scooter going to the FIA or going to the race stewards.
Scooter Lou, not pleased.
All right. And then we have odds for qualifying on pole. Hamilton plus 110, Verstappen plus 125, Bottas plus 500, Perez plus 1,600.
I don't really get this bet. Why am I going to take Hamilton at plus 110 to pole when I can take him at plus 120 to win? And we've seen over and over again him not take pole and then win the race. I don't know. I guess he could, but I would rather put whatever money I would put on plus 110 for pole for Hamilton and put it on top of the plus 120 to win.
I think I would, the more I'm looking at, do Verstappen pole plus 125 because we've seen that Red Bull has been able to put in some really quick, just one lappers, and then Hamilton to win plus 120 because we've seen, besides last race, that the Mercedes have just been out strategizing, out planning, out driving the Red Bulls over a race distance. And when, you know, Verstappen doesn't have Perez because he hasn't been qualifying well, it's tough for him.
Yeah, I like that. I like Max plus 125 and then Lewis plus 120 to win. And I like Max plus 125 to win. It's, both, again, you're giving me the two best drivers in the world by a long shot, and you're giving me plus money.
Yep.
Automatic.
All right. This next bet, the top 3 finish. A lot of races, we've just brushed this bet off, right? You've had Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, and Perez at all like minus 200 at least. But now you have Hamilton, Verstappen, minus 500, minus 350. Then you have Bottas at minus 175, Perez plus 175, Norris plus 275, and Leclerc plus 300. I'm not counting out Perez, Norris, or Leclerc for top 3 here. I think there might be some value to find on Norris or Leclerc.
There's value, but, lest we forget, this is not Monaco. These are major straightaways, DRS zones. The Mercedes is going to be the Mercedes. The Red Bull is going to be the Red Bull. And I don't know what the McLaren and the Ferrari are going to have for these guys in the straightaways.
Well, I have a gut feeling about McLaren this weekend, just because thinking about the rationale, you have the longest straight, one of the longest straights on the F1 calendar, and they have a Mercedes engine, the fastest engine right now. But they also don't have the aerodynamic issues that Mercedes are having.
The aerodynamic
hypothetically
issues.
So throughout the second sector, they should be able to claw back time if they're losing it anywhere else on the track to the Mercedes.
Well, then, so
I'm
the
thinking
then is the value Danny Rick, who just got embarrassed at Monaco, but this isn't Monaco. So would you rather have Lando at plus 275 or Danny Rick at plus $1,000?
I think it would be the majority of the bet on Lando, sprinkle a little on Danny Rick. Where I am going to sprinkle a lot to move on. Top 6 finish, Danny Rick is plus 125. I like that. I like that a lot. But then we also have around the same prices. We have Leclerc minus 275, Norris minus 275, Sainz plus 125, and then Danny Rick plus 125 as well.
So this isn't bad. We've seen times where 8 people are minus money for top 6. This is 6 people minus money for top 6, right? Lewis, Max, Checo, Val, Charlie, and Lando are all minus money. And then, Sainz, Danny Rick are both plus 125. Gasly's plus 175. I don't hate it. I don't know how strong I feel about any of them. I might sprinkle money across Carlos, Danny. Where I see value here is maybe Esteban Ocon at plus 300, who's been racing really well. But that's a stretch.
Yeah, like you said, it's nice that the lines are kind of a little. There's not 8 people minus money right now. But I actually don't mind the Sainz Ricciardo, sprinkle a little bit on both. I think hopefully Ferrari keeps up their form. I know it was Monaco, so it's really hard to tell, but hopefully they can get stuff done. And then Danny Rick, we've seen pissed off Danny Rick before at Red Bull. So I mean, if he gets to grips with the car and gets comfortable, he's going to be on a redemption arc.
We talked about this, though. This isn't just about pissed off Danny Rick. We don't know what kind of car he's driving. they're talking about building a whole new chassis around him. I don't know where they are on that. They're not just like sharing that. How much of that have they done in the last 2 weeks? How much of that chassis is new? How much of it is tested? I'm very, very confused on Danny Ricciardo because they've straight up told us that car is not built for him. He has trouble with that car. We're considering changing the entire chassis. I don't know what that means, and I don't know where they are in that process. So it's very hard for me to handicap Daniel Ricciardo right now.
I'm okay with it because we've seen him put in performances this year in that car, top 6 performances, and so if they're working to help make that easier for him, I think he's going to be looking good.
But is that car the car anymore? Because they're not interested in top 6; they're interested in podium. And so, are they going to push stuff? Are they going to fix what ain't broken? Do they even know what's not broken? There's these things are such complex machines. How easy is it to figure out what you want to change without changing something else that he likes? I don't know. This is touchy. And it's hard to know from Monaco what did and didn't work because it's such a different circuit. But who knows what Daniel Ricciardo is driving? Does Daniel Ricciardo know what Daniel Ricciardo is driving right now?
I venture to say probably not.
It's a very, very tough read for me on Danny Rick. I think there's value there. I'd like to see him closer to 200 rather than plus 125. If you gave me him at plus 200, I'd be on it. Plus 125, I'd rather take Carlos Sainz for a top 6er. And if I'm reaching out there, I'd probably rather take Ocon as my true value plus 300. But it's interesting. I think we're gonna learn something about where McLaren is on Operation, bespoke Danny Rick car on Sunday. And maybe before, maybe in qualifying.
I'm hoping he can join the fight because if you have Ferrari and McLaren both there to pounce on any mistakes the top 2 teams make, it's gonna be a really fun season. All right.
And I wish Pierre Gasly would wake up, man. We know he's a good driver.
That's the thing. So is that the car as well? We know he can.
Yeah, just where's he been, man? Where's he been? We're all waiting for it. Where's he been? All right, let's go to top 10, which is similar to top 6 in that we have 10 guys at minus money. A lot of time we have 12. What we have is 10 guys at minus and then both Aston drivers at even money. We have Lewis and Max at minus 1,200, Lando and Checo at minus 7, Charlie and Danny Rick at minus 5, Valtteri at minus 5, Sainz at minus 450, Gasly at 275, Ocon at minus 165, and then Stroll and Vettel at even money. That was horrendously out of order. I apologize to our fans. Someone did our prep sheet not in order.
Me?
I don't know who does our prep sheet.
How is that out of order? It's a screenshot.
Minus 12, minus 12, minus 7, minus 7, minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, minus 450, minus 165. I don't know.
Minus 275, minus 165. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Hey, I hope that you have beautiful sons and they can't
get their legs taken away.
Fucking Ricky Bobby, man.
Yep, Jean Girard. An F1 world champion. F1 world champion.
How has Perrier not jumped into Formula One? Can we discuss that for a moment? Especially on the freaking Pierre Gasly or Esteban Ocon cars.
They had
the Alpine.
Will Ferrell gave you a blueprint.
The Alpine car should be the Perrier car. Come on.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Yes, I can imagine.
I want it.
France. Let's go.
I'm not an Alpine fan, but I'll sign a petition for it. I'll go protest in France to the French government.
I'd be
they
a
basically
Perrier.
own that team.
I'd be a Perrier fan.
Oh,
I'd be rocking Perrier. Oh, it would be so good. Anyway, top 10. We have 10 guys at minus money, 2 guys at even, and then Fernando Alonso at plus 165, and Giovinazzi, Kimi, and the rest.
You know that I am not scared of minus money, but I am terrified of Esteban Ocon at minus 165. I know he's been driving well, but that 7 through 12 range has just been in such flux this year. And we're going to a track where power is the key differentiator. In the Alpine engine isn't anything special.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon dealing with some serious DRS problems.
I'm telling you, the Mercedes engines are going to come out to play. I like Stroll and Vettel at plus 100 each. I bet on them last week. And my underdog of the week, George Russell, to score some points, plus 350.
Come on, George.
I want it. I want it bad.
We all want it.
Score your first points for Williams. Come on, George.
Let's go.
Come on.
Let's go.
And hopefully don't crash in a Valtteri this time on your way to points.
I like Fernando Alonso.
Okay.
I like me some Fernando Alonso. I'd like it to be a little better. I'd like it to be closer to 200 rather than plus 165. But I feel like he's getting back used to Formula One. I don't hate Fernando Alonso top 10.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see because he has the years of expertise, but he's never raced this track before. So,
and he's in a non-Ferrari powered Alpine, which should be the Perrier car.
Perrier Mobile.
Yep.
And so, you've taken a few weeks. What's your outlook for the Astons? What's your mind telling you?
So burned, especially by Lance. And Vettel looked good last week, but it's such a different track. I don't know. Yeah, I like him for top 10. Even money is good money. If I'm betting top 10, I'm looking at the Astons and I'm looking at Fernando Alonso. I think that Ocon is one of the most skilled drivers in Formula One. I think if you put Ocon in particularly in Checo Perez's seat at Red Bull, you'd be seeing some stuff. But I don't know, minus money. I like Stroll, Vettel, and Alonso. But man, I've been burned by Aston multiple times, and I don't know. We're gonna see.
They've been bringing upgrades to their cars throughout the year. Hopefully, Monaco.
This might be one where I wait for qualifying. And
specifically the Aston bet or all your bets this weekend? Bet. Okay.
Because I don't see them setting the world on fire such that Stroll and Vettel go from even to minus 200, right? So, like, maybe they qualify well and it goes to minus 100, minus one and a quarter, 110. But I don't know. Mercedes engines, Aston, the whole thing, freaking Vettel, Stroll. So hard to figure this out. I'm rooting so hard for George Russell. I don't know. But let's go to forget both drivers to finish in the top 10. That hasn't been a good bet for 3 races now. Although there's your Aston at plus 275. If you're liking Vettel and you're liking Stroll, then instead of betting on either one of them to finish in the top 10 at even, You could bet on both of them to finish in the top 10 and get plus 2.75.
That's true. I might be looking at Aston Martin at plus 275 for both of them to finish top 10. I will probably wait at least for a practice and hope my Aston doesn't get kicked, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't think we need the qualifying winning car.
Nah.
We've talked about that. Let's get to some fun ones. Safety car during the race. This is still
your safety car bets.
Sorry, I had a cough.
What was that?
So safety car during the race is yes minus 350, no plus 250. And then virtual safety car, yes plus 175, no minus 230. I might go with the underdogs again. Maybe I'm just my hubris from Monaco about the safety car bet is getting to me. But Azerbaijan is a street circuit, but it's not a crash automatically shuts it down. In the castle section, yes. So I'd basically be praying no one crashes there. But there's runoff areas, there is escape roads around the track. So honestly, I think a VSC actually might happen. The safety car I might stay away from because I really am scared of that castle section.
2 races in a row without a sponsored safety car?
Yeah, it doesn't sound likely.
I don't know.
What are your thoughts? Do you like either of these?
I don't know. I have such no handle on this. We've already gone over that every single race is a different steward who's in charge of this. So there's no way to know, which way someone leans. And then, I don't know. There's going to be plenty of passing, but there's all the room in the world to do it. You have, 2 air strips, one going one way and one going the other. The castle section stuff happens, but it's far enough away from the start finish that the cars theoretically will have spread out a little bit by the time you get that early carnage. I'm not going to bet this just because I have no idea. I have no clue who the hell is in charge of this. I know that Mercedes and Aston, I don't know whose safety car week this is, but I
want to say it's Mercedes because
sure.
Aston got Monaco.
Okay. So
that's my guess.
It's fun, I guess. But from an actual betting standpoint, I'm going to fade it just because I have no freaking clue.
All right, because it is a sad day. My favorite bet has died. The Nikita Mazepin to finish the race is now at minus 200, and that is just, it's too much. It's too much for me to handle. And it breaks my heart. It really does. We no longer get to cover to finish the bet race. To finish the race bet.
And it's both Haas's to finish the race is also no longer plus money because
minus 115 I still might hit.
Vegas has caught on to the fact that Mazepin and Schumacher just going out there, when the baby is crying and you can't get the baby to go to sleep, so you put the baby in the car and drive the baby around the block for a couple of minutes.
Yep.
That's what Mazepin and Schumacher are doing. They're just back there minding their business, using their turn signals, checking the rear view mirror. They've got Dora the Explorer playing, but very low. And they're just going about their business.
It's a Sunday drive, man.
So why are they going to crash? Of course they're going to finish the race. They're going to finish the race just in time to hear the end of the Mercedes or the Red Bull anthem and, whatever. And just there's no danger there. And they've caught on to that because rubbin's not racing when you're 4 laps behind. So Nikita Mazepin minus 200 to finish, and then Haas minus 115 to both finish. What these are your bets. These are your babies. Harold, what's going on?
I can't be sad that it's over. I can just look back at the memories we've made with this bet.
Wow.
Wow. They treated me well, and now I have to let them go. Their time is.
This isn't a time for sadness. It's a celebration of what they were.
It's a celebration of what they've given me.
That is very funeral. Okay.
Which is 5 races of making money, but I just got to say thank you to Mazepin for pulling it together after that first race, even though I still don't like him as a person.
You know they're going to crash into each other in lap 1, right?
This race? Yeah. Now the Haas's aren't going to finish. Now that the sport books price them to finish. All right. And then we have one more bet. It's our season-long bet, which is making me a little nervous this week. Number of drivers to finish over 16.5. It's all the way to minus 170. But in all the races in Baku, it's been under 16 in 2017. Or no, 16 2019, 14. That's a 14.6 average. What are you thinking?
So on the one hand, with my Marvin the Martian thumb drive, on the one hand, we've said over 16.5 wins in the long term. On the other hand, under 16.5 is plus money. I love me some plus money. And we are seeing a 3-year average of under 15 cars finishing. So I'm going under.
You're flipping?
I'm flipping.
I'm going to ride with you. I'm hitting the under.
I'm flipping. It's plus 130. I think that Mazepin and Schumacher have something to prove now that Vegas thinks that they're both going to finish. I think that one of them is going to crash into someone. I think one of them is going to crash into something. I think Yuki Tsunoda might forget where he is. Like, I think we are going to see under 16.5. I think we're going to see 15 and 1/8 cars finish.
One wheel Mazepin's gonna crash in the last straight, and his wheel will get over the finish line.
Exactly. Yuki Tsunoda, his rear wing is gonna fly off the car, finish the race. Everyone's gonna be okay. We wish ill on no one, except for the My Pillow guy.
Yeah, don't like him.
We wish ill on him.
All right. Honestly, I'm with you. I'm coming to your way of thinking. I think the sport books are pricing Formula One just lazy.
And it's because
like, oh, look,
us. Everything that we say is going to happen happens. We said that they were going to get smart on the both Haas's to finish. We said that they were going to start lowering Lewis to win each race and that they were going to jump his season long. We said that 16.5 was a winner over the course of the entire season. We said that Katie Nolan wasn't going to return my phone calls. We're scions, darn it.
Yeah. We are prophets, honestly. We're just prophets. It's plain and simple. But I think they price them lazily. Like last weekend. Yeah, there'll be a safety car at Monaco, minus 1,000 to plus 550.
Big money to be made there by Harry Gags.
I think you've been right with the plus money. I'm coming to your side. Maybe not all the way, but I'm inching closer and closer.
Plus money.
All right, and I know I said that was the last one, but really quickly, let's check in on the driver championships, the season-long lines. We have Hamilton at minus 165.
Which has gone way down. Way down from what was it, minus 425 before Monaco?
Something crazy like that. We're stacking at plus 120.
Hit that.
And then we have Mercedes at minus 275 and Red Bull plus 200.
Screw Valtteri. What is Lewis at now?
Minus 165.
It will never be lower. I know that I am a plus money guy, but minus 165 for one of the 2 or 3 greatest Formula One drivers in the history of the sport. His season long has gone down from minus 400 and change to under minus 200. I am telling you, after this week, it is going to be worse odds. If he wins, it'll be minus 250. If he comes in second, it'll still be minus 200. Lewis Hamilton, season long, minus 165. You are not going to see it better.
All right, so that about wraps it up for us here. Episode 11, the Better Off Podcast, talking about Baku. But before we get to everyone's favorite time of the episode, we do have to tell you guys a little bit about ourselves one more time. We are Better Off. We work for a company called Better Off, a sports wagering information platform. See it on the hat. Oh, that side of the hat. Alex's hat. That's with 2 O's. BettorOff. Yeah. You can find us on the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store. Basically, it's a one-stop shop for all your wagering needs, besides actually placing the wager. You can't do that on our site.
But you can find the lines that are best. We'll show you all the lines from 15 different sports books, plus a consensus. And that will allow you to figure out which line you like the best, and you can go to that site from our platform and lay the wager. It'll identify your best odds.
Yep. And you can see how everyone on the platform's doing. There's no BS here. No sketchy Google spreadsheet that says he's up 1 million units in a week. And you can follow people who do well, do poor to fade them. You can trash talk people, trash talk your friends. Or write them very caring messages because they need it and they're going through a rough time. Whatever you want to do. All on the platform. Am I missing something, Alex?
You can make money. That's right. You can make money.
If you are good enough.
Pro channel, you can charge for it. And if you're good at what you do, or you're so bad that you can set your clock by fading your picks, you can still make money by charging people to have access to your brilliance or anti-brilliance.
Yeah. All of that for free.
For free.
For free.
And it's not hard to find. It's not hard to find. This isn't national treasure. You don't need Nick Cage to come in there and decipher some stuff.
I mean, if you want to, you can. Like, we do have a Better Off map on the back of the Declaration of Independence, but that's only if you guys want to.
Yep, it's true. And that is true. I forgot to mention that. But you can find it everywhere. You can download it while you're waiting for your car to get fixed. You can download it at Walmart. You can download it while you're on a plane to France.
If you pay for that in-flight Wi-Fi.
Or if you just ask the waitress, the stewardess, the flight attendant, peanuts, pretzels? No, I'd like Better Off, please. Ah, yes, Better Off. Very nice.
And you know, you know what water they have on flights to France?
Ooh. Is it Dasani?
No, I don't think it's Dasani.
It's Poland Springs.
No, that's from Maine. I'm talking French, baby.
Fiji in that square bottle.
Nope. Almost there.
Oh, man. Is it Perrier?
It's Perrier.
Perrier, which brings us to everyone's favorite segment, asking the wealthy
to part with their wealth.
All right, and we've already talked today about what should be the Formula One Perrier race team. Sacha Baron Cohen, you know this should exist. Perrier, there is a French racing team. It used to be Renault, now it's Alpine. It should be Perrier. Perrier, you are owned by the Nestle company, okay? And I know that when you hear Nestle, you're thinking, ooh, Crunch Bar. And that's what I'm thinking too, but control yourself. Nestle's real money over the last 15 years has been buying up water, okay? spring water, sparkling water, all kinds. You can ask Matt Damon about this. Water's his thing, okay? Perrier, owned by Nestle. Nestle, Perrier, partner with us and then buy the freaking Alpine team and be the real green race team, okay?
Yeah.
I love me some Aston Martin, but that pink stripe is a disaster. Be the Perrier Formula race team. Formula okay?
And get Sacha Baron Cohen as like your technical director, just for the bid.
Principal. Let's go. And then instead of the champagne, no, Perrier all over the place whenever you win or you're on the podium. And you can put it on the car and we'll drink it instead of coffee. We'll drink Perrier. We'll change our colors to Perrier green and yellow and white. Vive la France.
Vive la France. What a sentiment to end this thing on.
Viva la France. And there are multiple French F1 drivers. There's Pierre Gasly. There's Esteban Ocon, who is sneaky French, even though he doesn't sound French. Let's go.
Get it done. Yeah, to borrow an American expression from NASCAR, get her done, baby.
Get her done. All right? We will change the pronunciation. Okay? From better off to better off.
BettorOff.
BettorOff. It'll work. It'll be good. French girls will love it.
That's true. I honestly think just the Alpine wrapped as in Perrier would be amazing, but figure it out, Perrier. And Nestle.
Must be nice.
Must be nice to have these problems, guys. Must be nice.
All right. So Baku, Azerbaijan. Find it on a map. Be knowledgeable.
I can't find it on a map, but I'm gonna try.
Okay.
That's my when I don't do work for the rest of the day, it's because I'm gonna be trying to find Azerbaijan on a map.
Can you tell me what continent it's on?
No.
Okay. That's gonna be homework for you for the next episode.
Either Asia or Africa, I don't know.
Either Asia or Africa. That's good. So you know that it's not here.
I don't think it's not in Europe.
You know,
I don't know where Europe becomes. Where does Europe become Asia? That's my thing. Or is it Africa?
Asia is what we know as the Middle East, and then there's North Africa, which is like Egypt. I want you to find out. I want you to figure out where Azerbaijan is. You can report back to us on our next podcast where we talk about the results of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix held in Baku. All right. I don't know what accent that was, but it was good. Chicks dig it. But that's it. We're good. All right. You're good. We're all good together. We
all have a bit of homework. Everyone go find Azerbaijan on a map.
Let's get on Better Off and let's see who's really good.
Perfect. Come roast us. See our picks. Tell us we're trash.
Real.
We want it.
It's happening. Okay. And we're going to be adding NBA this week. We're going to be talking golf leading up to the US Open. We're going to be talking all sorts of stuff. We're expanding. Okay? Like the universe, expanding.
Constantly expanding. Faster and faster.
Okay?
Oh God, now we're getting existential.
From a central point.
And that central point is the BettorOff Podcast.
The BettorOff Podcast. All right. That's it for us. That's it for this week. That's it for this show. Everyone, be safe. Get vaccinated. Wear masks where you're supposed to wear masks. And if you don't have to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Go outside, have fun, be fun, live life. But be safe while you can. Get vaccinated. Watch Formula One and Perrier. Right here, Perrier. It's where you belong. It's where we belong. All right? Until next time, I've either been Alex or Harry.
And I've either been Harry or Alex.
God, that is good stuff. Be safe. Have fun. We're out.